Hello and welcome back to my class. My name, as usual, is Makafui, and this is Kafui class. I welcome you all back to Kafui class. Now we have four set of questions we want to look at today for those who are going to write NOVDEG, and then those who are also preparing to write their Wassce next year, and then even for the end of term examination students, these questions will be very good for you to have a look at. So we quickly look at the first question, which says that if log x minus 2 base b is equal to log y base b minus 3, find y in terms of x and b. So the question needs to be studied carefully. Yeah, so this is what we have on the board. I believe and then hope that we all remember our laws of indices very well. That is what we are going to apply over here. So we just repeat the left hand side. When we come to the right hand side, we know log a base a should be equal to 1. And so when you see any whole number, then it should be the log of that particular base to the same base. So because the base here is b, we are going to assume that this is the same as 3 log b base b, so that we can use that log property to be able to simplify this particular side. And so if that is the case, then we can have this now. Log b base b we know is equal to 1, and so that is going to help us to get this one right. And then from our laws of logarithm, when we have 3 log b base b is the same as log b to the power 3 base b. And then at the same time, when we have 2 logs subtracting, in logarithm it is the same as the log of, let's say, log a minus log a base b minus, let's say, log c base b is the same as log a over c all base b. So this is going to lead to the division property of logarithm. Now we have log y over b to the power 3 all base b. This is what I'm talking about. Now we consider the 2, and then from a consideration of these two, we can take anti-logarithm of both sides. By taking anti-logarithm of both sides, the log b would vanish from both sides, because you can see from here it's just like dividing 2 by log b, so that this will cancel this particular one. So from my anti-logarithm, I now get x minus 2 is equal to y over b to the power 3. And then we were asked to find y in terms of b and then x. So we've been asked to find y. This is going to be cross multiplication from here. So y is now going to be y is equal to b to the power 3, open bracket, x minus 2. And then this is how we express y in terms of x and then b from this particular logarithmic logarithm question. Sorry, from this particular logarithm question, this is how we express y in terms of b and then x. So we take the second question from the script. The second question from the script also reads that given that 24 degrees minus 2 tan 3x minus 10 degrees is equal to 14 degrees. Question 1 that where x is greater or equal to greater or equal to 0 degrees but less or equal to 90 degrees. So we have to find correct to the nearest whole number the value of x. We have to find correct to the nearest whole number the value of x. So either we shift the 24 to the 14 side, or we bring the 14 to the 24 and then take away the 2 tan 3x minus 10 to the other side. Either way, you should get the same answer. So from here we have 10 degrees is equal to 2 tan 3x minus 10 degrees. Now we divide through by 2. And then we have 5 degrees is equal to tan 3x minus 10 degrees. So to find the value of x from here, we need to find the tan inverse of 5 degrees, which is the same as tan inverse of tan, which would cancel out. Then we find the tan inverse of this side as well. So from the calculator on the screen, you can see that tan inverse of 5 degrees is going to give you 78.69. So from the calculator on the screen, you saw that tan inverse of 5 degrees was giving you 78.69 degrees. Then we now find the value of x and not 3x. By doing so, we have 3x is equal to 78.69 plus 10 degrees. Now we have 3x is equal to 88.69 degrees. And then 88.6, now you can see that is a bit closer to 90. Now we divide through by 3. And then x is going to give us 29.56 from the screens. You can see that 29.56, that is what you get for x. So question 1, question 2, then let's go back to the screen and then look at question 3 as well. Question 3 reads that a point P, that is 2, -1, and the line x minus 4y plus 1 is equal to 0, and then 2x minus 3y is 2x minus 3y minus 3 is equal to 0 are in a plane. So all these 3 points find themselves in one particular plane, and then if the lines intersect at a point Q, we have to find the coordinates of Q and then also find the equation of the line which passes through the points P and Q. Then finally we have to find the magnitude of PQ. Yes, so a very simple but kind of tricky question. So we do the needful over here. We consider the two equations that we have. So the first equation we have here is x minus 4y plus 1 is equal to 0. The second one is 2x minus 3y minus 3 is equal to 0. These are the two equations that we have. Now we solve these two simultaneously. And then from equation 1, I can see x giving me 4y minus 1. I can consider this as equation 3. And then this will, kind of make my work easier. So I put equation 3 into equation 2. When I put equation 3 into equation 2, in place of x, I put 4y minus 1. 2 times 4, 8, 2, 1, 2. Now I can have this and this giving me 5y minus 5 is equal to 0. 5y is equal to 5. Y is equal to 1. If y is equal to 1, then x is equal to 4. 1 minus 1. X is equal to 4 minus 1, which is 3. Therefore, x is equal to 3. And then y is equal to 1. But the question asks us to find, first of all, from the screens again, the coordinates of Q. So the coordinates of Q is what we have gotten as 3, 1. And then the equation of the line which passes through the points P and then Q. P was giving us 2 minus 1. And then we have Q as 3 and then 1. Now we know how to find the equation of a line. Here we have 2 points, and so we can either find a gradient and then use the gradient to find the equation of the line, or use the 2 points without finding the gradient, but just use the point the way they are, and then use that one to also get the equation of the line. So we can use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 is equal to y minus y1 over x minus x1. From here, we consider this as x1, y1, x2, y2. If that is the case, y2, 1, y1 minus, giving it positive, x2, 3, x1, 2. Y will still be y minus y1, which is a plus here. Then x will still be x, this 2. From here we can cross multiply. We have 2 over 1 is equal to y plus 1 over x minus 2. In this way, cross multiplication gives us 2x minus 4 is equal to y plus 1. But we bring everything to one side of the equal to sign. By doing so, I have y minus 2x, or better still, 2x minus y minus 5 is equal to 0. So 2x minus y minus 5 is equal to 0. Question 1, question 2 can be said to be done. Now we've been asked to find the magnitude of PQ. So the same values P and then Q. So x2 minus x1 all squared plus y2 minus y1 all squared, which would be 1 squared plus 2 squared, which is going to be root of 5 units. I hope you can see from there. So root of 5 units. Alright, so now let's go to the last question. the last question, which is a bit tricky. Now the last question reads: if for four whole number 1/3 is added to 1/4 of a certain number, so we let m be the number. 1/4 of the number is 1/4m, and then we're told that four whole number 1/3 was added to this number. The result is the same as when 1/3 of the same is subtracted from 20 whole number 2/3. So the result is the same when 1/3 of the same number is subtracted from 20 whole number 2/3. 1/3 of the same number m. If this is the way it's supposed to be, then we are supposed to get it right. So we have this interesting linear equation on the board. 1/4m. Converting this to makes improper. 12, 13 on 3. 20 times 3 is 60, so 62 on 3 minus 1, 3m. We have this now. So the LCM here is 12. I multiply 2 by 12 so that I can break these things down. So from my multiplication, I get 3m is going to be plus 52 is equal to 24. So this is 8, so 248 minus 4m. Yes, I have this minus 4m. Wow, the number is very big. So we bring this to this side, giving us 3m. So 3m plus 4m is equal to 248 minus 52. 7m for 14 minus this. That should be 9. So 194. Now we check how many times 7 goes into 194. So I'm displaying the 7 going into 194 on the screen for you to see how I got it. Whoa, that is going to be a decimal. Let me be sure. Sorry, this is supposed to be 196. My bad, 196. So I think 196 now would give us a better answer. Yes, so 196 would give us 28. So therefore m is equal to 28. Now let's check if 28 will be right. So we do verification, which is not part of the work itself. 1/4 of 28 plus 13 on 3. That will be 7 plus 13 on 3. LCM 3. 21. So 21 plus 13. That should be 34. 4 on 3. 62 on 3 minus 28 on 3. 62 28. This should be 4. This should be 3. So 34 on 3 as well. So we can now see that the answer is right when m is equal to 28. So on this note, thank you all for spending your quality time to enjoy this class with me. As usual, the name is Makafui. And remember, vote Avi Menye. Thank you all. Bye bye.